You're standing ankle-deep in brown water in your own shopping mall, watching your reflection break apart around a floating ceiling tile. Your lawyer's 3 feet away, muttering into the phone about force majeure, and you're not listening. You're staring at a crack in a concrete column. Your throat goes tight. You've seen that exact crack before, 6 years ago, and never told a soul. How does the owner of a $47 million mall end up watching an adjuster photograph the thing about to sink him? Rewind 17 years. You're 16, back in Nocona, Texas, population under 3,000, and your algebra teacher slaps a red D on your test because instead of solving for X, you filled the margins with store layouts. Checkout here, display there, a path so the line wouldn't clog the door. Your dad finds the paper before dinner and laughs, tells you to quit doodling and help at the feed store. Nobody at that table knows those doodles are draft 1 of a machine that'll make you rich, and later try to kill you. 7 years on, you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, 23, working mall security nights for $9.35 an hour. Your feet ache by 2 a.m. on the polished floor, and the food court smells like bleach and cold fryer oil from a shuttered Burger King. You grip the flashlight too tight. Sure, tonight's the night you doze off and lose the job. A year in, you're writing the cleaning schedules for the whole building instead. Feels good. You don't feel the part where needing to control every square foot is quietly writing your own verdict. At 26 comes the first real screw-up. You sign a repair contract with a guy who turns out to be a tenant's brother. Nobody checked. $112,000 in padded invoices, and your stomach drops when the CFO slides the numbers across the desk without a word. You talk your way out of getting fired by cutting the next repair's cost in half, shaving the rebar thinner than code allows. That crack in the lobby column? Already there, hidden behind drywall. You just haven't looked at it in years. At 29, a cobra gets loose in the food court vents after a pet store tenant runs an unauthorized snake show. 3 days of evacuations, news vans, a mother screaming her kid can't breathe from panic alone. You pay a herpetologist cash out of pocket, and when the snake turns up, the cameras film you shaking his hand instead of the panic. You look like a hero, and that feeling carries you to 34, when you become the owner outright. $110,000 of your own savings. Your father-in-law co-signs the rest. A bank finances the balance against lease income. 12 years of renewals later, the place is worth $47 million. Rented limo on Saturdays. A lake house on Lake Norman, your daughter in private school. That confidence is what makes you tell your facilities manager, 2 years before the flood, to just seal the column crack with epoxy and paint instead of spending $500,000 to fix it right. The hurricane hits the week you're closing a sale for $62 million. The water finds that column, finds the crack under the paint, and by morning, half the food court roof's caved in. Empty, but caved in all the same. Investigators find the epoxy job was never reported. The sale dies an hour before signing, and now it's not just a civil suit. It's criminal charges for falsifying inspection records with your signature on them. Exactly what your lawyer's on the phone about right now. You built this out of a feed store kid's doodles and $9 an hour. You lost it over one afternoon's decision that a crack was cheaper to hide than fix. So, here's the real question. And it's not about the mall. What's the one thing in your own life you've already painted over, telling yourself it'll hold?